Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Always Late. Fourth and Forever. What is going on? Forever waiting on the boys to break down some of the trending NFL news from week to week. TD, what's up, man? How you doing?
It's a beautiful day, man. Last night was so amazing, Dan. I was sitting back and I was watching, Roundtable Sports, all the different shows from every division. You could tell this is the time of the year where the NFL is heating up because these roundtables were going at it last night, man. If y'all haven't checked them out, make sure you do your rounds. Every single division. We got 2 more tonight, but 6 divisions sparked it up last night. So make sure that you go check those out. And last but not least, last night was like so glorious, man. Richie wouldn't answer my phone call, y'all, but there was a reason for that. Shout out to Parks, Dolphins World, Celtics World. Jaylen Brown, 43 on the Knicks last night. I'm just saying I had to throw that out there. And take that shirt off, Richie.
We ain't worried about no regular season, bro. Talk me to the playoffs where we beat your asses in the second round last year.
Yeah.
Celebrating you're taking victory laps over regular season wins. What is this, Dan? What's going on?
No.
That's like Dan celebrating beating the Chiefs in the regular season. Dan knows better, right, Dan? You know better.
I mean, I do celebrate when it happens, But.
You didn't answer my call last night, Richie. You can't talk about it now. Nope.
Yeah. Hey, bro, we ain't worried about no regular season. Have fun. Try to fight for a play in the Eastern Conference while we're up at the top.
We're good.
Well, it's funny that TD brings that up because we were just like in a deep conversation of how excited we were of some of these roundtable shows are really taking off. And I'm kind of curious, what roundtable shows do you watch in the chat, folks? I know a lot of you guys are from the AFC East. We do have some fans from outside of that specific division, but let us know, which show do you regularly tap into? Would love to hear it. Rich, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, we had 5 shows last night that were epic. So if you guys did not go check them out, go check out the replays because, the AFC South is one of the hottest divisions right now that I was really excited to watch because of the whole drama. It's funny because they have the worst team in the NFL, and then they have 3 teams fighting for the playoffs with the Jaguars, Colts, and Texans. That was a great show. And then we have the NFC West roundtable, which is arguably the hottest one on the entire network, which has surpassed the AFC East, which we got to just admit, man, at this point. But then the AFC West was cooking, NFC East was cooking, and then tonight we have both Norths and ours. So exciting stuff, man. Make sure you guys go check out all of the roundtables. AFC West is another great division that we have. So, we're really trying to build something special here across the network, and it's awesome if you guys can go over there and check out all of the division channels. But, yeah, we're excited to be here on Fourth and Forever. Let's do it.
We have NFC West, AFC West. Blazing Bolts is in the building. AFC East, NFC North is in the building. We have Tony, man. He's just tapping in everywhere. He's looking for Bob on each and every single show. Funny enough, there is another Bob on the AFC North. He was the original Bob guy, right? Chef Zay is our Browns guy. Very talented. Poor Chef Zay. We do have a Browns topic for later, but since I ended up seeing a Chargers fan in the chat, I did want to bring this up. Richie, yesterday, TD and I, we were kind of having a conversation about the status of the LA Chargers. I slept on it, and I have a hot take. I believe that either the Colts or the LA Chargers are going to miss the playoffs for 2 different reasons. It's one of those 2 teams will be on the outside looking in for a few. Number 1, with the Indianapolis Colts, we've already started to see some decline in the Daniel Jones quarterback play. And get this, they have the hardest schedule remaining in the NFL. By a landslide, the Indianapolis Colts do. So they're really going to need to buckle down. But the Chargers make it even more interesting for me, and I think it has everything to do with the status of Justin Herbert's injury. He is undergoing surgery on his non-throwing hand, and all I could remember is how Aaron Rodgers ended up playing against Buffalo this previous Sunday, trying to play through an injured non-throwing hand. And when I looked at the tape and I looked at all of the advanced stuff, he was unable to operate anything under center. He was unable to hand the football off to the right. All right. So 0 play action was able to be established. And it's just circulating in my mind. Now I think that Justin Herbert is going to be going through that exact same issue. He's not going to be able to operate under center. He's going to be living in shotgun and pistol. He has none of his starting tackles. He's the most pressured quarterback in the NFL as we speak. And their remaining schedule, where it goes, Rich, let me tell you this. Next week, Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles, followed by the Kansas City Chiefs, followed by the Dallas Cowboys, followed by the Houston Texans, and wrapping up the season against the Denver Broncos. Third most difficult schedule. So my question to you, what team is going to fall out of the playoff race, the Colts or the Chargers?
Well, Dan, I don't know if you realize like what you're saying right now, it's getting me fired up. And you know why?
Why is that?
Because it seems like the New York Jets are going to have 2 top 15 picks in this year's draft because those Colts are going to be that team. The Jets have their first round pick this year. Don't you guys forget that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that trade the Jets made for Sauce is looking better and better as every single week progresses. They are going downhill. They're the team that's going to miss the playoffs because of everything you just said. You laid it out perfectly. Their schedule is getting as hard as it possibly could be. They thought that they were going to make the playoffs easily because the division was tough. The division was easy earlier on. Jaguars felt like a fraud. Texans were bad. But now all of a sudden you look at the AFC South, tied for first place, Jaguars, Colts. Texans 1 game behind them after them just beating them. So the Colts' path to the playoffs has to be the division. This is my take. If the Colts do not win the AFC South, they will miss the playoffs because that's their path. That's the path for the playoffs for them because I don't think that teams like the Chiefs are even dead. I think the Bills, of course, are a wild card team right now. There's even teams like the Chargers that you're talking about as well. There's a lot of wild card teams that I feel like, no, TD, relax. Even though, guess who's not dead yet?
0.4 chance. It's a
the
0.4
Jets aren't
chance.
dead either, by the way. The New York Jets are not even mathematically eliminated.
He quadrupled our chances.
The Jets. I saw a graphic of seeing like teams still alive, and I saw the Jets on there. I'm like, we're here, baby. So watch
The
out
Jets.
for that 7 seeds
This
coming. Run the
weekend,
tape.
y'all will be eliminated. Stop,
Man. I cannot wait to be there in person with y'all, seeing the Jets beat y'all, and I can say to TD's face, you lost to the Jets, baby. But yeah, interesting stuff.
Oh my God. But thoughts on the Chargers. How concerned are you about the LA Chargers? That's my question to you.
Yeah, the Chargers, I've been on record the last few weeks that I've been concerned with them. I'm not really as high on them as other people. I know TD is like a stan of Drake May and Justin Herbert. That's like who he goes to sleep at night watching highlights of because he wishes Herbert was his quarterback and all that. But I'm not really sold on Herbert being like, I think he should be in TD's category of good enough not to be good enough. Because what the heck has Justin Herbert proved in the NFL since he's been in the league? That he can throw the ball deep once in a while, have a flashy play here. Whoa, Herbert's got a supermodel girlfriend. Great. Listen, I'm not high on Herbert as like this top 5 NFL quarterback. I think there's quarterbacks in the league right now that are better, and I would argue that he's not even top 10.
Oh, damn. That is a very, very hot take. My concern for the Chargers doesn't have to do with Herbert. It's more so that they're just hitting their most difficult portion of their schedule at the worst possible time. It's also like,
and this is why I bring up Herbert, because you look at quarterbacks that elevate players around them when things don't go smooth. When their offensive line goes down, the quarterback still levels up. And you know who deserves credit? Drake May. Listen, Drake May has practice squad guys in his offensive line. Could you tell on Monday night that he had that issue?
No.
When Justin Herbert has practice squad guys in his offensive line, can you tell? Yeah. And by the way, guess who struggled against the Giants? Oh, it's the Giants. Guess who struggled and lost to the Giants? Justin Herbert and the Chargers. So listen, man, like I don't know. I'm just not really sold on them because the thing about the Chargers is this. Their identity is running the football and playing hard defense. Now they don't really have a deep run game, so they have to rely on Justin Herbert more, and it's all collapsing. He needs a good system around him to thrive. That's why I don't really put him in that elite category. The elite quarterbacks are the ones that can elevate guys around him, like the Joe Burrows of the world. He's not in that category for me.
My boy, Blazing Bolts, he's mad at you, Richie. He's mad at you. $5.
Don't take it personal.
He says Herbert not top 10. Meanwhile, he's next with Mahomes in fourth quarter game-winning drives.
Hey, man, it's clutch.
Blazing bolts. Richie's just a Herbert hater. That's all.
I'm not a Herbert hater.
He's been a Herbert
What
hater.
is Herbert proven in the NFL in his career?
Are you saying Herbert is not in your top 10 of quarterbacks? Because
maybe 9 or 10. Okay.
Oh, okay. You know, I'll leave that one be. But I'm not gonna get into the back and forth about Herbert. I think most people know that he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
But like, can you tell me why? Because he has a few good throws here and there. And
well,
what has he proven in the NFL to make him?
You know, the better question, Richie, is why not? There's nothing you can name. You're gonna say things.
He does not step up when it matters the most in the big moments. That's what you always say.
He does step up. The overall team doesn't step up. Now, there are games where he particularly steps up. You act like he didn't do what he did earlier this season versus the Chiefs to open it up. I mean, come on, man. You've seen this man in games. You've seen him when he played against that good Vikings defense, throw for 3 touchdowns. I mean, the man has his games where he does it. When he doesn't, we amplify it. We don't like he has bad games just as much as Josh Allen, just as much as Lamar, just as much as Patrick Mahomes. They all have them. We just like to amplify his because he has no postseason success. So he's the low-hanging fruit. But everybody knows he has all the tools. He has everything he needs. And I mean, we're going to ignore the days he was putting up 35 points a game, but the defense giving up 100 for being facetious.
Let me ask you this. Who do you think the better quarterback is? Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott?
Right now or just in general?
Respectfully, I'm going Dak.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'll go Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you said Herbert, I mean, like the problem with Dak is I would say the same problem with Herbert is they both don't step up when it matters the most, but they play well in these games. Like, listen, Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, and I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying he's trash. I personally am not putting him in the elite category. Like, I think that what step below elite is there?
Great.
Yeah, I would say he's great.
But he's not elite. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not saying he's a bust. I'm not saying he's trash. Like, I'm not putting him in that elite category that I think a lot of people put him in.
So, Richie, as I continue to attempt to bring you over to the dark side of data, all right, it actually helps your point.
All right, give me the data, baby. I like data. It
helps. Yeah, when it fuels Richie's opinions, he loves it. All right. Right now with EPA,
EPA of Herbert.
Right now, EPA is 17th in the NFL ranked quarterback.
What'd I say, baby? He ain't no top 10 quarterback
but
in the league this
year.
That makes sense.
With the DVOA, which is compared to only his performance against quality of defenses he's going up against, 21st in the NFL.
Oh, but
that makes sense. But are we going to sit here just like you used the Dak Prescott analogy? Are we going to sit here and say that he has Dak Prescott's weapons? He has.
No, he doesn't. He has Ladd McConkey,
who's a dog,
and he's utilizing them. But this one guy.
So me playing devil's advocate as well. I also want to acknowledge the fact that he has had multiple head coaches and offensive coordinators as well. Yeah. So it's kind of tough to like bring in. But then again, right? He's better than Trevor Lawrence. He's a hell of a lot better than Trevor Lawrence.
If he even mentioned Trevor Lawrence,
yeah,
Trevor is not.
I don't know, man. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God! And what? You see,
Trevor Lawrence. No, I can't allow that. I can't allow that. Trevor is just nuts
over here. Man.
Let me ask
Trevor
you this.
Is awful.
Trevor Lawrence throwing the football too.
Oh my gosh! But Richie, it doesn't
Trevor Lawrence is terrible.
I had one question.
Trevor's awful.
It doesn't matter who he throwing the football through. He's not good. He's not
playing winning football.
It up.
He's playing winning football. Oh. And he beat him head to head in the playoffs.
Oh man, we have Smarty Jams with a $20 donation coming in and saying y'all ranked Waddle 23rd behind Marvin Harrison Jr. after one down year. Waddle has 83 targets. Garrett Wilson had 154 last year. If Wilson has a down year, I need him to drop from the 10th to the 23rd or lower.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't really. This isn't
Smarty
down here for
Jams.
Garrett Wilson because this is his first season he's ever been hurt, unfortunately for him. So
They were
like,
just
it's
hating
kind of
on
a wash.
Waddle as usual, you know.
I mean, if Garrett
Thank you
Wilson
for the
was healthy-
$20 donation, by the way. Sick.
Thank you for the $20 donation, and I am so excited to keep watching the development of my boy Adonai Mitchell. Woo!
That's what I'm talking about. We have rivalries weekend TD Smoke Bob.
Adonai Mitchell going for $150, 2 touchdowns against Miami this weekend. Watch.
It's crazy though. Is it really a rival? I mean, y'all are so inferior.
How? We beat y'all last year,
Richie, the season was over for us.
and we beat you.
And it didn't
house.
matter at that point. And let's be and
that
are
was
you,
that was
are
in
you
MetLife.
talking about the event in Miami? We won that.
No, yeah, I know. I was wrong. I correct myself. That was in MetLife.
Okay.
And that game went to the overtime. And don't get me started with that game, man. We just swept y'all last year, man.
Please stop.
And then Blazing
Don't own
Bolts.
no Jets.
In Blazing Bolts, Herbert is leading our team to an 8-4 record while behind a horrendous offensive line. The Jets would trade for him, yet people call him overrated.
Yeah, I mean, the
Jets.
Jets have like the
Herbert
worst
was
quarterback in the
dead,
league.
You'll have them top 3.
Listen, I'd have Herbert on my team. I'm not saying like he's bad. I mean, that's the problem. Like whenever I criticize someone and don't put him in the elite, Richie's a hater. Richie's a hater. Richie's a hater.
No, you're fair, Richie. When you said, okay,
It's a false dichotomy, right?
It makes sense because I don't have him in my elite status either because you got to prove that next level of play.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But all of a sudden, I'm a
So,
hater.
yeah. So a playoff performances, right? So many people get mad at me, right? But then again, it is philosophically consistent, right? As into why I tend to agree with Richie because of playoff performances, how you perform in the playoffs, right? He has not had very good games in the playoffs, right? Most notably last year with the multiple picks and he pissed down his leg. It's the exact same reason why I'm so hard on Lamar Jackson for the exact same reason. I am consistent across the board. I'm talking about actual quarterback performances in the playoffs, not team, but just their performances. So,
Play.
Man, I'm excited to see Tyrod in the playoffs. I feel like he's going to be consistent. Tyrod.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Tyrod Taylor. All right, listen.
We're live,
All right.
baby. Look at the data. We're live.
Oh,
So I have a topic that might break TD. And because he's not going to know how to answer this. And because it's
Ooh, I
two
like
guys
breaking
that he
it.
absolutely loves. He loves right now, okay? TD, news just broke that Deshaun Watson,
Ooh.
his practice window has been open. All right.
remember I mentioned that. I said he will open any day or week now.
All right. So,
But Shador is better than Watson now.
all right. Healthy Deshaun Watson or a healthy Shador. Who are you starting?
At this point, I have to start. Well, I think it's going to work out perfect. Let me tell you what's about to happen. What I think is about to happen. Shadur's probably going to get the next 2 to 3 starts. And regardless of how, now, if he lights it up, they'll just finish the season with him. But Deshaun Watson, if it's just okay, he's going to play the last 2 to 3 games. That's what's going to happen. Shadur's still going to get a game or 2, maybe even 3, because they opened his window. So I think you have 4 weeks after the window's open to actually go active and be on
21 days.
Yeah, 3 weeks. So that's what's going to happen. Shadur's still going to get a game, 2, maybe even 3, and then Watson's going to finish the season out. Everybody, let me say this too. Everybody talks about, Watson's garbage. He was garbage. He didn't look great when he played for Cleveland, but he looked better than Shador and Dylan Gabriel did. And then on top of it, once again, we're talking about to be the second year, potentially, the team with the most drops in the NFL at the receiver position and an O-line that's also in shambles. That's a cold, hard reality in Cleveland. You want to know why this Cleveland team has been in some of these games as well and competed opposite of the defense? We know the defense keep them in. But the reason why they've a little bit competed this year, Judkins, that run game has done some stuff every single week. They have actually found some light in the run game. Now you add the quarterback play. I'll put it like this. If you had the run game you have now with Deshaun Watson the last 2 years, you'd have had better productivity, Cleveland Browns in general. The whole world believes one thing. I genuinely think Cleveland believes another. They haven't given up on Deshaun Watson yet.
No.
I think everybody, Watson's done. He's washed. They need to figure out how to get off of that now and bite the bullet. He was the first player at the quarterback position as far as a five-year deal to get a fully guaranteed contract. It is a lose-lose and a win-win if you play him. So you might as well see if there's any last semblance in the tank, because he was getting better last year when he was playing.
Yeah. For some odd reason, I have a feeling going into next season, like barring some re-aggravated injury, I genuinely believe that the Browns starting quarterback is going to be Deshaun Watson. Not particularly because I think that he's the best on the roster, but because they really have no choice. Like they are locked in with this dude with so much damn money. So if he's capable, he's playing. It's how it is. That becomes the question now. What's the quarterback room going to look like?
I think you're right.
Yeah. So are they going to say, all right, so we try and trade for Dylan Gabriel, or like we trade Shador because we'd probably end up getting way better like draft compensation, at least perceivably? I really wonder where this team's head is at now that Watson's window has been open, because he's going to play next year. He's got to be their starting quarterback next year.
I think it also will depend on, number one, when he does go active this year, that last 1, 2, or 3 games, how he looks. If he comes in, has a spark and plays average football, he could very well be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback next year. And then they're going to go into camp, and then they're going to do it the right way, what it should have been all along. Shador and Dylan Gabriel are battling for the backup position. So that's going to put Deshaun Watson in the bridge category next year, unless he balls out. But he is going to be the bridge. You're already paying for it, okay? He's going to be the bridge. Unless he balls out, he'll continue. But Shador and Dylan will battle for the backup quarterback position, and the third guy will be the emergency guy. Or they'll also have leverage to trade one of the backup guys, Shador or Dylan, in training camp, depending on what happens there. So that's what I think is going to happen. They're not going to be investing no real money or draft capital or draft picks in a quarterback next year. People think, they need to just go get Mendoza. They are not going to draft a quarterback next year. I am telling you. You don't do what you just did just to go back in and do it again.
Rich,
Boring.
thoughts on this, man, in the future?
I think it's
Deshaun Watson.
I think it's a boring topic we spend too much time on just for TD's sake. But yeah, listen,
I didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, Dan brought it up, but then you go on this rant for 10 minutes, and we listen to the Browns quarterback controversy that only you are invested in. Is anybody in the chat invested into this like TD is?
2 minutes and 12 seconds on Richie. But if Shador was a Jet, oh boy, we'll be 5 days on this.
But you're making it seem like Shador's a Dolphin, bro. He's a Brown.
So what they got to do with anything? We on 4th and forever, baby. We talk all ball.
I'm just saying, yeah, we talk all ball, but let's keep it consistent on the topics that the people want us to talk about, man. I mean, I don't know. I just think that, like, it's such a stale, like, we should be talking about our boy Myles Garrett over there. We're talking about the Browns, not this, like, ridiculous quarterback debate between Shador Sanders, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel. But, yeah, man, listen, Deshaun Watson, he's got all the money. The Browns are connected to him financially. So why not? They should roll with him. But I agree with TD. They're not going to draft a quarterback. They drafted 2 rookies. They have Deshaun Watson. For the 2026 season, I would be shocked if they even added any quarterback. They should go out there and keep Deshaun Watson, have him be the starter, and try to get Shador Sanders to compete for it.
So I got to tell you what, man, I am just scrolling through the Senior Bowl X account, and we're seeing a bunch of the players who have accepted and are going into Mobile, Alabama, brother. Damn. You going to come this year, TD?
Yeah, I applied.
in Mobile, Alabama. Nice,
That's what
baby.
You link for, right, Richie? Yeah, I applied.
Yeah.
Well, this show is brought to you by Sleeper. Sleeper is a proud sponsor of Roundtable Sports Network. If you guys want to get a 100% deposit match up to $100, don't forget to use our code RTS. You also get $20 for free when you sign up. No deposit is even needed, but if you did want to make a deposit, you get free cash right away by them matching whatever you put. So if you put $100 down, they give you $100 for free. So build out your player prop parlays. A really fun game coming up tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football between the Cowboys and the Lions, which we will preview tomorrow and give you our picks here on Sleeper. But make sure you guys go check it out. Terms and conditions apply. Really excited to see that game tomorrow.
Impromptu.
Please.
I think this is a very interesting conversation. If the Tennessee Titans have the number 1 overall pick, what do they do with it?
That is a great topic right there for Mr. Tony.
What a damn.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one because they can go the Arizona Cardinals way by, you know what that means, TD?
Yeah, Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But here's the question though. What prospect coming out is better than Cam Ward coming out?
Well, that's the debate. You know, there's also new rumors that should be brought up into this, which is big for the NFL draft, that Oregon's quarterback Dante Moore, who is rumored to not be looking to declare, is trending to declare because his offensive coordinator just got hired by Kentucky, I believe. And
Really?
That's his offensive coordinator that he loves. And if the offensive coordinator of Oregon's leaving, Dante Moore is not going to want to stay. So nothing's official. It's all rumors. But if that's the case, that's going to make this draft class even better. So you have Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and Dante Moore as your 3 quarterbacks that are rumored to be the top 3 guys. So if Moore does declare, it's definitely going to add a lot more flavor to this draft from a quarterback standpoint. And, you know, Fernando Mendoza is definitely, I think, my guy in terms of the number 1. And you look at Cam Ward as a prospect and Fernando Mendoza as a prospect, they are totally different. But I don't know, man. This is where it comes down to this, TD. There's going to be a new head coach that gets brought in. Is that head coach being brought in to help Cam Ward? Or is that head coach going to get brought in to pick his quarterback in this draft? That's the big question.
For me, what I'm doing is your first pick needs to be one of the top tackles. Get you an elite left tackle.
Or, right? Trading down is a big option as well.
Yeah, you could trade down too. Say that they ultimately end up sticking at number 1. I feel like Caden Proctor from Alabama or the offensive tackle Francis wow. Okay. And so I can't even say that last name.
From Miami?
Yeah, from Miami. How do you say that?
The Jets drafted his brother last year, a linebacker.
Yeah, so
Maui Ogwa. I always say it wrong.
Maui Ogwa. Okay, him from Miami or Spencer Fano from Utah. So you would assume that offensive line should be there.
Maugua.
Yeah, Maugua. Okay, Maugua from Miami, and then Caden Proctor are probably where I'm at. I'd probably go offensive line, but then again, so depending on who the head coach of that team is, and by the way, who the hell is going to be the head coach of that team? That's a great question. For some reason, I feel like they ride with him for at least 1 year to see, and then say that it doesn't make sense. Then next year, they'll probably end up waiting for that next quarterback class.
Because they already fired the coach, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
But they got a brand new GM, though, who drafted Cam Ward.
But this is the telltale sign usually. When you fire the coach, you're sticking with the guy. If you keep the coach, then you might move on from the guy. Because usually when you fire the coach, the general manager is basically saying, let me give me a coach that can come in here and do this right and get him looking like he did what we thought he was coming out of college. They're keeping Cam Ward. And then the Giants in the same situation, right? Yeah. Right now, they're the number 2 pick. They're in the exact same situation. New Orleans is the team that might be getting the quarterback. They might, if they can trade up or get that number 1 pick. Raiders, Gino. This is it's gonna be you know what? This is probably gonna be the best off season, especially from a content standpoint when it comes to the draft. This is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, the teams that need the quarterback are not at the top of the draft.
They just got one. Most of them that need one.
But that also goes to show you, is it smart to get a quarterback in the draft? Because they're right back to
and they're right back with the same.
So you can argue, is it even smart to go that direction?
We won't
know. I feel like this offseason for Tennessee needs to be the trenches. Yeah. Like a full facelift of the trenches. See what you got out of Cam Ward with actually decent protection. Because what made him so good in Miami 2 years ago was he had an awesome offensive line. Yeah. Like, dude was out there flat-footed throwing passes all the time in the world. So I'd go ahead and I'd probably, I'd invest in.
Yeah, if I'm the Titans, it's pretty simple. You trade down, get a haul, and build around Cam Ward. I mean, I think it's that simple for them. They shouldn't overthink it. It's what the Jets should have done with Sam Darnold, but they decided to go with Zach Wilson.
And lucky them, they got like 5 teams let's trade up.
Yeah, and just to keep it a buck too, like there's a lot of reports coming out of Jets land. They're already preparing to trade up. Like if they want to, the Jets traded away Quinnen and Sauce so they can get the ammo because they felt, and you can laugh at the Jets all they want, they genuinely felt like they have a good enough football team that they're not going to be at the top of the draft. They're going to have to trade up. So they got the resources now to do it.
So for the quarterback needy teams, and this is just one source, by the way. So the top 5 quarterbacks coming out as far as NFL readiness is number 1, shockingly, Ty Simpson from Alabama. They say that he's the most NFL ready.
Dante Alabama.
I don't
look at the college, CD. Look at the prospect.
I'm not looking at no prospect in Alabama at the quarterback.
Have Dante Moore from Oregon. Have Dante Moore from Oregon's number 2.
I do like Oregon quarterbacks. Herbert.
Fernando Mendoza from Indiana and the Cuban Missile. All right.
This weekend is going to tell me everything you need to know about Fernando Mendoza against Ohio State.
Dude, that's some good college ball. I really don't watch a lot of it, but I'm going to be so locked in this Saturday.
That's the game to watch, bro.
Yeah.
If Fernando Mendoza balls out against that defense and beats them, he's going to be the number 1 pick right away.
Then 4 is Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. And then 5 is the Southern Cal quarterback.
But Richie said we have one that might be coming out.
Well, he said he already mentioned him. He's in that list.
Okay.
Dante Moore.
Yeah. And it's pretty clear that Arch Manning is not going in the draft this year for good reason, I would say.
Yeah, which I saw coming. He's going to be the number 1 pick in 27. I mean, give him another year.
Maybe.
Nah, he will be.
In 2027, he is your new Miami
I would even argue
Dolphins.
if he declared for this year, I even think he would teams would fight him.
But why?
Because of the name, man. Because of the
It's because of the name.
Why do you think Shador would have went undrafted if his name wasn't Shador Sanders?
Which is crazy.
Folks, I am in a great mood today because I started my day off with a nice little mood booster from Vitamin Energy. Folks, Vitamin Energy is all of the energy with all of the benefits. They have multiple recipes spanning from mood boosters, pre-workouts, hydration formulas, vitamin B12. You name it, you can find it over on Vitamin Energy. It's in over 2,400 stores, but we want you to take advantage of that buy one, get one free offer that is exclusively for their online sales. Vitamin Energy, use our code BOGO Roundtable, especially with the holidays coming around the corner. Great stocking stuffers, folks. And plus, you will be supporting us over at Roundtable Sports. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Vitamin Energy, man.
Yes.
BOGO Roundtable. Get one for free. Link in the description, folks. Use our code. Would really help us out, folks. If you guys want to support the brand, get your pack, send us a photo of it, and enjoy the ride.
Good Christmas stocking stuffers too.
They are good stocking stuffers.
Yep.
Sleep on the stockings in Christmas, man. You get some good stuff in there. Santa always hooks me up.
I'm always about it, man. I'm always about it. What about the damn AFC South, huh? Yeah, what about the damn
I was a year too early on those Jaguars, baby.
You were. And that Jaguars team is an interesting case.
No,
and so I feel like we need to give all the credit in the world to Liam Cohn for making that team 8-4 while having the 27th, and no, I'm not lying, the 27th ranked quarterback per EPA in the NFL in Trevor Lawrence. It is crazy. I don't think that it's ever been done before. Somebody that is playing so awfully at the quarterback position, and your team is at 8-4, and I believe as of now is the 3rd seed on top of the division of the AFC South.
The Jaguars are better than the Dolphins. That's hilarious.
Thoughts on the Jaguars? Okay. And thoughts on the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts, what that division is going to ultimately end up panning out.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. The Texans are the sleeper of it because they have a championship caliber defense. Is CJ Stroud expected to return yet? Because that concussion he had was bad. Okay, he's still out. Like, that's not good. Because he's been out for how long? 3-4 games?
CJ was back last week.
Yeah, I thought he played.
Yeah, he was back last week.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was back last week. He's good to go.
And so with CJ Stroud back and beating the Colts, do you think there's a world the Texans could go out there and win that division, even though they're a game back? Because the thing with the Colts that we always have to keep in mind is this. They have not played against their division opponents. And I said the way the Colts will win the division or lose the division is these division games. And they just lost to the Texans. Can you pull up the Colts? Or you remember the Colts schedule, Dan, right?
Yes.
Do they face off against the Jaguars again?
That's this week.
Twice.
They haven't versed them yet, right? So they have 2 games against Jacksonville.
But that's this week.
And Houston again.
Yep. It's the Colts are in trouble.
No. They're done with Houston. Houston beat them last time with Davis Mills. They already beat the Jags.
Texans swept the Colts?
No, the Colts got them early in the season, week 2 or 3 or something like that.
Okay. So, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Jaguars schedule. Jaguars schedule.
Texas like week 2 or 3.
So the Jags play the Colts, Jets, Broncos, Colts. So they played the Colts twice.
That's going to be everything.
Yeah.
That's those 2 games are the division, like for the division. If the Jaguars win both those games, they win the division. If the Colts win both those games, they're going to win the division.
And they got Denver on their schedule.
And the Jets.
Yeah.
And the Jets.
That are, Jaguars, by the way, have more wins in the last month than the Chiefs and the Bucks and the Colts. So put some respect of these versions of the New York Jets, winners of 3 of the last 5, TD. We're not the 0-7 Jets. We're the 3-2 Jets. Come on. But all jokes aside, man, I think the Jaguars, they win in such ways where it's hard to really believe in them because they are like opportunistic and they win in ways that's very unique. And I just don't know if that's sustainable. The Texans are the team that like has a sustainable culture that with that defense and a run game that they're developing and CJ Stroud getting back into a rhythm, like they're the team to watch. And the Colts, like, you know, they are interesting with Sauce now injured and Daniel Jones has to really level it up. Like Jonathan Taylor, you can only go so far with a running back carrying you, man. You're gonna need your quarterback to really step up.
There's only one. All right, TD. Who's winning the AFC South, man? What do you got?
Who's winning the AFC South?
Who's winning the AFC South?
The Tennessee Titans.
Oh my God.
No, but I have no, man, this is ridiculous of a division, man. Houston's making a late run, which their case is very strong. I think the Jags are the ones who are going to collapse. I think they are going to lose 3 of the last 5, but that does give them 2 more wins and gets them to 10 wins, sitting there to see if they're going to win a tiebreaker or not. That's what I think is going to come down to. The Colts are probably going to win the division, even though things are getting rocky for them too. I think the Colts will win a division because I think the Colts are going to beat the Jags twice, not just once, but twice. They do have to play Seattle, which they could easily lose because they're playing good football. They do have to play the 49ers. That's going to be interesting. And they still have to play the Texans. At the Texans, this is going to come down to the wire. What if I told you all three teams end up with 10 wins potentially? And whoever wins the tiebreaker from there. I'm gonna ride with the Colts to hold on to the.
But now
division.
another question about this is how many, like, do we have 2 teams in this division making the playoffs, or 3, or 1?
No, 10 wins. I think just one team, because they're about to beat up on each other.
And yes or no question to prove if you're a true hater or not, TD. You've been holding out hope since the beginning of the season, throughout the season. You'll see. Are the Buffalo Bills making the playoffs? Because I just want to remind everybody that you have been saying before the season, even during the season, that they're going to miss the playoffs at a 9-8 record. Just want to keep you in check about your ball takes.
So they're 8-4 right now. I have them losing to the Bengals 8-5. I got them losing to the Patriots 8-6. I got them losing to the Eagles 8-7. They're gonna lose to the Browns if Deshaun Watson plays.
Yeah, I can't take this seriously.
And they'll beat the Jets in the last week.
So you're standing on business? 9-8 still up.
Richie. They not making the playoffs.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're still on that wave. Okay.
They're gonna find out the hard way when they play the Bengals this weekend. That's gonna set off a chain reaction.
So we got Dan having them win out. They're not losing another game and going to Super Bowl, winning the whole thing.
Yeah, we're not losing another game.
Yeah, we're including the playoffs, by the way.
It's the third time
including the playoffs.
This is the third time Dan's been wrong.
Dude, listen. Dude, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna see you're going to see an AFC championship for the 6 seed Buffalo Bills and 7 seed Kansas City Chiefs.
And the Chiefs will beat you.
And the Chiefs will win. Probably. Because that's just how the season will end up.
And the Eagles just get hot and win games.
And the Eagles,
got to repeat.
Yeah.
Are we even going to are we even going to cover the Super Bowl if that's the Super Bowl? Like, do we even want to do that over?
Of course. You have to. Right?
Course, right?
Yeah, you have to. And so I feel like we'll be on first name basis with.
Now, what would your coverage of the Super Bowl be, Dan, if it's the Patriots?
TD
would be like, "Oh, Drake May." TD would be like, "Oh, I'm in the
same energy I had last year when I was covering the Chiefs, right? Like same energy."
It's like the first year of Mike Vrabel and Drake May have surpassed 5 years of what the Bills have been trying to do. I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow. At least the Jets have sucked for a long time.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If they go to a Super Bowl, I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably be depressed. I'd be depressed if the Patriots go to the Super Bowl because, like.
So would you be more depressed if it was the Bills or the Patriots? Like, what would be your worst nightmare?
More depressed if it's the Patriots because I know the Bills ain't gonna win it. so it does, but I'd be more depressed as the Patriots because knowing that the team they have now makes the Super Bowl, and like you said last night, Kobe made a good point. Everybody is like, "Oh, the Patriots overrated. They ain't really proved nothing," but you still had the same team only winning 6 games preseason. You had this same team knowing their schedule, this quote-unquote easy schedule, only winning 6 games, and they've already doubled it and still got several games to go. So if they make it with a roster of no names and they got money and draft picks coming up, they only get better with a coach like Vrabel. That means they are starting right back where they left off with Tom Brady and there's those best years if they go. So that would be a problem in the AFC East. It would be a really tough division, and the Dolphins and Jets got to get our act beyond together, and the Bills technically. So I would hate it more if it was the Patriots.
Well, I did end up seeing an article earlier today, and we'll wrap up with this topic here. apparently, both of the first seeds in the current playoff picture are the worst teams ever to have a first seed at any point in NFL history.
What do we mean
based
by
off of point differential? So the Chicago Bears right now have the 1 seed, and they have a +6 point differential. Last year, when Minnesota was regularly there, or like the Rams, for example, they would very oftentimes have +150, +160, like an absolute absurd number. So the Chicago Bears have made history by having the worst point differential of any team to ever hold the 1 seed at any point past, I think, week 12, they said. And the Patriots only have a point differential of, here, let me go ahead and check that out, but that's still considerably low as well.
That's why 1-score games are everything, man. You learn how to win.
True.
Is all that matters.
True.
But those are, see, this is where stats, you got to dive a little deeper. The reason why that is because they have great defenses. The scores are so low too.
And what's the biggest reason the Chicago Bears are elite right now?
I'd say it's their defense.
Yeah.
I disagree.
And what do
you think?
Their run game.
Oh, yeah.
Run game is
their
damn
run
good.
game is one of the best run games in the entire NFL. Their offensive line and their 2 running backs, that's why they're winning, in my opinion. One of the major reasons why, especially that Eagles game. They're controlling the line of scrimmage and milking the clock and just like winning on defense, of course. Like they have a legit run game, man. And what did Ben Johnson do when he came there? What were their big offseason plans? What were the biggest splashes they made immediately? Offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Thuney trading for that veteran, this, and that. Now their offensive line is absolutely dominating the trenches. And they have 2 really good running backs that both went for 100 yards apiece. They're averaging like 140 or 150 yards on the ground a game. That's why they are playing winning football. And that can translate to playoffs if it continues.
That's what I'm talking about. Glenn's in the building. Having all the tools does not make you a great quarterback. His problem is he gets hurt too much and has failure in the playoffs. And I think switching of offensive coordinators has hurt him. Don't anoint Drake May yet. And teams after this year will have a full year of May film. Not saying it can't be great, but look at Stroud, Daniels, Nix, etc.
I don't think film on Drake May is going to matter at all because he's not doing anything on film that's a gimmick like we got to figure out. He's just going out there playing ball. It's not like this niche or something he's specifically doing. He's just playing ball. This is a film fixer.
Yeah, man. I mean, his deep ball is a little
You're
scary.
getting pressure on him, but he's escaping it. You're doing this to him. He's patient and taking advantage. You're sending blitzes. He's hitting his hot. What film? Like, what are you going to figure out on Drake May? He's just playing football.
That's just Bills fans like coping with it. Like they can't accept the reality that there's a quarterback in the division that's better than Josh Allen because they felt like Josh Allen will be the guy for the next 15, 20 years that's running this division. And it's checking their egos that it's not the case anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is.
So I think it's a little early. I think it's a little early to say that.
Is it?
I am all right. Look, I am
trending that way, man.
Look,
I mean,
look,
man, he already
from this point and moving forward.
Look. I am fine with acknowledging, right, that like he looks good. He's having a great season, and I have gone on record and I have said that. Okay, but what if he goes out and pulls a Sam Darnold in the first round of the playoffs this year?
Or a Dak Prescott. Or why have you?
Or a Dak Prescott. What if he pulls like a Sam Darnold or a Dak Prescott? All of us are going to be shifting our tunes. So let me wait.
You know why it's a high probability he won't? Because quarterbacks that pull that, you typically see in big games in the regular season, they do it too.
How many big games has Drake?
So we didn't
played
see
in
that
this
from
year?
Sam Darnold last year. And right before you say, yeah, but we saw it earlier in his career. We're in year 2 of Drake May. So we have no sample size of this.
But there's also, like, I'd argue there's not a lot of big games Drake May's played yet. The biggest game he played in was Sunday night against the Bills earlier this season.
So the thing is that
not really.
So 2 things can be true.
He didn't ball out in that game. He won the game.
With 2 things where Diggs went off. We did ball out versus Buffalo.
I mean, his average depth of target was like 2.3. It was
y'all kept blitzing and he was taking what you gave him.
But
he's balled out in other games, but not in that one, in my opinion.
So it's like this psychopath reasoning. Like when like you don't call somebody elite, people think you think he's trash. I don't think he's trash. I think that what he's showing is promising, but I'm not going to fall into the trap, crown him as the best QB right in the AFC East without seeing him against quality competition. Like very oftentimes as a Bills fan, and even TD would throw this in my face a lot of previous years saying, Dan, the Bills haven't played nobody. That's the exact same case.
I'm telling you
for
right
the
now,
New England Patriots.
if the Bills have had the same exact season, be the same opponents that the Patriots have,
110%.
you
That's
know what TD
precisely
would be
it is.
saying, and
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
part
You
about
played
TD that
nobody.
we can't get over.
So the combined
It's
so
record. True, bro. If the Bills were 10 or 11-2, beating the same teams,
look. So the combined record. So the combined record of every single team on the Patriots schedule so far this year, and it's no fault to them. It's no fault to them. They are doing what they're supposed to do. But it is something that like we could say, look, like I'm curious and I can't wait to see him go up against a playoff team. Really, like a quality playoff team.
Like the
44
Buffalo,
it's 44-88.
like the
Out of every team on their schedule this year, their combined record is 44-88.
Like the Tampa Bay Bucks, like the Buffalo Bills. I mean, this man has played some decent competition as well.
He has.
Steelers.
But both of those games were like down to the wire and super close. Like all of the difficult games and all of the quality opponents that like he went up to was close.
The Bucks were on fire at that time, Richie.
We
were reviewing the Bucks as one of the better teams. That's when they started.
So they were missing Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. They had Amika Igbukka. Yeah, Baker Mayfield out there hurting too. So look, I'm not taking anything away from the Patriots. And I know that people are like this because that's just how the human psyche is structured. You don't sit there and lie to your faces. Say that I'm not going to lie to your face and say, oh, yeah, don't listen to anybody. The fact that the teams you've played collectively have a record of 44-88 is meaningless. That's a lie. All right. But at the exact same point, good teams beat teams that they are supposed to beat.
You know what I would
Congratulations, you have. I'm just saying, let me see what he does. If, for example, they get the 1 seed and they welcome Kansas City right into Foxborough. That's going to be my litmus test.
And not even Kansas City. You know a team I would love to see take on the Patriots in the playoffs that I think will be a great test?
What?
Is the Broncos and the Patriots.
Oh. Yeah.
Or even Houston's. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Broncos are like one of those teams that still none of us are thinking that or anything. They're frauds. They're not because they're not winning in ways like I think that would be a really good test for Drake May against that defense in the playoffs. And maybe they will. Maybe that could be a divisional matchup.
Yeah. For the record, okay, Drake May is playing elite football this year.
I agree.
And as he should.
And another thing for these people who never threw for over 300 yards, well, he did.
Like, that's meaningless.
He did the last game, but it got called back at the end, that last play, that 30-yard pass.
He has like tallies.
So that's meaningless too.
He's also
averaging like 300-yard metric thing. I hate that 300-yard metric thing. I despise it.
He's the best quarterback in the league this year.
Look,
MVP.
He's playing very, very well.
Hold on.
But say that he was playing anything less than this against the schedule that has a combined 44-88 record, then I would be concerned. I'd be a hater.
Well, let me get something.
You should be playing well against this schedule. You should be.
I got to call y'all out because I got to make sure, see how consistent y'all are going to be.
Yeah.
Do you still have Stafford over him for the MVP?
Not now.
Too long,
no.
Don't take too long, Richie. Don't take too long. Stafford just sold.
Yeah. So I'd have Drake May for now. Yeah.
He sold what, TD?
He sold a game.
But he still has less turnovers than Drake May this season.
No matter. He sold a game when it mattered most.
He sold the game. It's one game, okay? And if you look at the numbers, he still has less turnovers and more touchdowns.
Tell me what game Drake May sold.
It's one game out of a 17-game sample size. We still got a whole season to go.
Come on, man. Richie, you got to. So you're still going Matthew Stafford MVP right now?
I am, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. You got to stop.
I mean, look at the numbers. They line up.
They line up what? The man done threw 400 less passing yards for the guy who never threw over 300.
Because Drake May has played an extra game because they haven't had their bye week.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Well, you want to hear that?
Stafford better have 400 this week.
Yeah, he'll have more yards. Great, but Matthew Stafford has more touchdowns and less turnovers.
Oh, stop, man.
And
what he throwing to? What is he throwing to?
The top receiver in the league who leads the NFL in touchdown passes.
Is that it? Just the top receiver in the league?
Get Devontae Adams too. Yes, Puka, Nakua.
And Devontae Adams give me a touchdown every week or two every week in fantasy. Come on, man.
Let me ask you this. Did Josh Allen have a stinker last year?
Yeah, he had a stinker last year.
Did he win the MVP?
More early on.
Did he win MVP?
Yeah, he won MVP.
So MVP's not allowed to have a stinker?
How about this? Who's playing better, Drake May this year or Josh Allen last year?
Drake May's playing better than Josh Allen.
All right.
That doesn't really prove your point.
And guess what? Josh Allen's MVP was debatable last year. You already know how I feel about that.
You know how I feel about it too. So you don't gotta. And listen. And now here I am. TD, am I a hater because now Drake May is not MVP? I'm a Drake May hater. No, I think he's better than Josh Allen. Like I'm still on that.
Stafford is not the MVP. Like literally, Drake May.
First of all, MVPs are not won in week 14. They're won at the end of the year. They're still December.
And so this whole like Drake May Hill.
Aren't the votes supposed to be coming in like now or something?
If that's the case, that'd be pretty stupid. They just should wait till the end of the season.
It's not until after. Yeah, it's not until afterwards. Now what they're doing is so they are voting for the NFL Top 100 that like normally airs in August. But as far as MVP, no, that's soon as when the regular season's over, or like a week or two right before everything. But
people are telling me I got to stay off the weed because Drake May is not better than Josh Allen. Why just me? You mean TD's the king of that, Jonathan?
Listen, I need to start on the weed. It's better than Josh Allen. We need
this. Okay, let me just keep it simple about Drake May. Drake May, where he's at compared to where Josh Allen was at year 2 in his career, is ahead of him, and he's already playing better than him, in my opinion, at Josh Allen's peak.
But then again, would we still agree that Jaden Daniels is better than Dak Prescott? Because that was the narrative last year.
No, but when you have a small sample size, you go with what you got. Jaden Daniels put another year on his sample size, so it dropped him.
So
based off of pace, I mean, nothing's concrete. Things are fluid. Josh Allen can ball out for the rest of the season and start playing MVP football. And like, even if the Patriots win the division and Josh Allen, the Bills make a wild card, but they're the ones that go deeper in the playoffs, and Josh Allen is the one that plays in the big moments, then I will shift my tune and say that Josh Allen's the better quarterback. There's still room. Nothing's concrete on these tapes. But as of right now, that's how I.
So you can't even make that statement without there at least being evidence of performing well in the big moments. There have been several times where Josh Allen has performed in big moments, like several times throughout his career.
We haven't seen Drake made a big moment yet, in my opinion.
No, you haven't.
I really don't feel like we have. Like the game against Buffalo, okay, that's a big moment. Bucks, okay, I want to see playoffs.
Exactly.
Well, good thing, like, talking about playoffs. Who's in the playoffs right now? Who's clinched? My boy in fantasy. Because
dude, you know what? Fun fact, your boy too.
TD is clinging on. TD, you're out. You got to win this. This is it.
I know one thing. You better not sit your players, Richie.
Oh,
you better beat that bum you play, whoever it is.
Who am I versing? Am I versing someone that needs?
I don't know, but it's somebody that I need to pass. So don't be playing with me, Richie.
I don't know. I'm not setting my lineup. I got first seed. I'm resting. My guys needs to rest on the bench this week.
Yeah. We're gonna rest all these guys, Trey.
Get your stuff together, Richie.
Oh, JD Great is who you got to beat, huh?
Fun fact: I am the 3rd seed right now.
You have a 20% chance to win. You got to set.
No, I'll win. I had a 14% chance to win this week, and I blew them out.
Oh, and by the way, I have clinched the playoffs. And so I have clinched the playoff berth as well in the.
My boy's got Johnson starting, bro. Find some.
Lino had me by 30 points before this week projected, and I beat him by like 30 points.
Dude, you gotta make some moves on the waiver wire, man. You gotta.
All right, TD. Who do you got?
See, Diggs, he's out for the bye. I have like 2 players that's out due to a bye this week. The Panthers, I had both of their running backs. I have
TD,
both.
all right,
defensive
listen,
running backs.
some
I'm
advice,
gonna be able to
man.
buy.
So you're starting Shador Sanders as your QB this week?
Do you see who he's playing?
He's playing the Titans.
You're
still.
starting Shador Sanders in a do or
Die, do or
that's
die
it, bro.
fantasy football
You're
game.
done.
The problem is I had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
So
he's
Daniel
working
Jones
on
is
it.
available. Why don't you pick him up?
who?
Daniel
Jones
Jones
is on the waivers.
Who?
Danny Dimes, Daniel
Who?
Jones.
Man,
You got Shador over DJ?
Yeah, Shador about to have a big game.
TD, trust
versus
me.
Tennessee.
Take
Him and
it
Cam
from me,
Ward about
from
to go off.
experience. If you play fantasy with your heart, you're going to lose, man.
I'm not playing with my heart, Richie.
There you
I
are.
just knew that versus the terrible Tennessee, this is the game where he's going to have a bigger game. This is going to be the big game for him. Y'all will see.
And so I need Jared Goff to go off. Although I've already clinched the playoffs, I would like to get to the, second seed, be ideal. Walk away with a victory and lock it in. And you know what, dude?
baby.
Why all of us are in the fantasy football playoffs is actually quite simple. It's because we leveraged RotoWire this offseason. They have one of the best draft kits in the market today. Loved it so much that we also ended up trying out their player prop research tool over on RotoWire.com. They literally give you locks for overs and unders on the sleeper platform, which we use over here at Roundtable Sports. Just with the gift wrapped and ready to go. It is something I recommend that everybody has in their toolbox moving forward. Shout out to RotoWire for being a proud partner of the show. 15% off if you use our code RTS. Thank you.
Remember, I started the season with Joe Burrow, Richie.
And guess who's starting Joe Burrow this week? Me.
Well, no.
I picked him up.
Do you see how that happened? I didn't put him. I actually benched him, but somehow they told me I traded him on
You
the
didn't trade him. You bet you
wire.
dropped him, and your boy
I
picked him
didn't
up.
drop him. I'm telling you, I did the waiver wire. I did not select him, and next, I look up a week and he's gone off my bench.
Because I stole him. He's
Man.
on my team now.
Yeah, whatever. I'll be all right.
I got Joe Burrow now as my quarterback.
I might be the reason you even have a chance to win, Richie.
Listen, I haven't had Joe Burrow on my team all year. I've been the first seed all season, bro. I mean, by the way, I've been drafting a lot of Jets this year. Yeah, I even drafted Garrett Wilson. He's been hurt, and I'm still up the top. Come on.
I even had Jordan Love at one point on my roster.
I got Sam Darnold if you want me to trade you.
Yeah. Oh my God, stop it. Trade deadline is over. All right, man, let's get up out of here,
Dan,
man.
mad Drake May's better than Josh Allen. Dan is mad that Drake May's better.
Damn. What did that guy say? Damn, mad Drake May is better than Josh Allen. Please pay attention in school, fool.
Dan, make sure these boys put on a rubber next
Stop
time
watching
they
this
talk
show in
about
5th
May.
grade,
God,
okay?
LOL, the glaze is real. Allen had similar record last year, and he was bagged on.
What was Josh Allen's record last year again?
Similar.
What's that? What did y'all end the season?
We finished 14-3.
14-3?
13-4.
It was 13-4.
We shall see. Well, we'll see you guys in the AFC East Roundtable live tonight at 6 p.m. EST.
Yeah,
We'll
sorry
catch
to
you
the
there.
callers. We'll let you in tonight. Peace.
Crap.
TD's late.